slumbering, rotting cadavers. What contrivance could have wrought this abomination? Disease, science, blasphemous occult rituals. How can something so dead, yet be so alive and hungry? They lust for flesh, human flesh, and feast upon all the sweet breads a man has to offer. These wretched creatures, these flayed corpses, wandering, decrepit, soulless vessels, content only to gnaw on human meat, to spill human blood, even headless, their hate for the living grew in propensity, flailing maniacally in their bloodlust, killing anything close. Neither the embalming salve of their wrappings nor the numbness of death could override the dominating madness that is Xenotarth, controlled, prodded into an existence by an incessant cacophony of voices penetrating every level of their psyches. These corpses are coerced into life, ambling, moaning, shrieking. Rotted from within, worried apart by the ravening fish and parasitic fetor of their sunken graves, these drowned zombies emerged, spilling their festering entrails and slopping fluids with each pain-ridden step, each step hoping to bring an end to their pain by spreading it to others. There are worlds beyond this one, worlds as we've never seen. Nor can we. Our eyes do not open far enough. Try it. Try holding your eyes open. You can try holding them open as much as you want, but you'll never see, never, ever see the world beyond the veil. The veil of reality. It's there to protect us from them. The ancients. The darkness. That which we cannot understand. Nor should we. Welcome the oblivion of ignorance. For to have knowledge is to be damned. They are amongst us. I knew they would come after me, for I knew their devices, their depraved methods, creatures wearing human skins as we wear clothes to cover their hideousness from our eyes, so they might consort insidiously with our species, infiltrating, manipulating, playing us against each other. Damn our eyes! We are blind to them, but I knew. Oh, yes, I knew. I knew they were there, plotting behind that door. One has to be careful. One must separate their heads from their bodies. And, yes, fire is the key to purge their souls from this earth, sending them whimpering to their masters in the beyond! The devils inside the servants' skulls were trying to kill me. They plotted behind doors locked and barred and planned the downfall of the human race. I took care of the ones around me, stopped their plans. There are others, I'm sure, out there, manipulating us, secreting madness inside our very heads, while our souls are pushed into the corners of our skulls, watching as our hands do tasks that we have no control over. Oh, horrible, horrible things! We must purge them from our midst, Kill them all! Cut them! Burn them! It's the only way. I know. I've done it. It works. They are so close, their stench fills the air. You can smell them, I tell you, somewhere between the spice of vanilla and the bitter sweetness of pustulant rot. Those creatures inhabit the bodies of men and women, exercising the human soul and replacing it with their own putrid spirits. But they couldn't fool me. No, not at all. I could smell them, you see. They were all around me. Dear God, all around. I knew what I had to do. They had to go. By blade and bullet, I had to get rid of them. Don't you understand? Dear God, I had to do it. Had to. You believe me, don't you? Don't you? Oh, the horror. The horror. A behemoth of hatred incarnate. What manner of creature is that? A ton of flesh and sinew, wielding muscles thick as ropes strung onto claws that could crush stone and sever metal as though it were threshed wheat. Crushing, cutting. The walls shook with each step it took. Oh, the horror! An abomination. Its physiology remarkably abstract. No real organs or anything. It shouldn't work. But it did. And the mouths, those gnashing scythes of teeth. I tell you, it existed only to eat, to consume, to gnaw, to bite, to devour. Eyes? Rot their eyes. Their staring sees through your soul like looking through a window. And the lids, festooned with tiny hook-like teeth that gape and gnash. It doesn't make sense. No anatomy would form like that. But it has. Was it natural? How could it be? O unholy beast, thou must be killed, lest you corrupt my world. Have at thee! Have at thee! They have no eyes, but they can see, I tell you. No eyes! No eyes at all, but you can feel it looking at you. It stares through you like looking through empty air, and you can feel it raking your innards with their touch. The shiver of their senses combing your bowels through empty space. Oh, horribleness! They came from the darkness, chittering spider-like parasites infesting the city Enga. Enga! They killed the city's inhabitants, using them for food, for slaves, for play. In the city's last dark, doomed days, blood filled the waterways, drained upon the streets, a proud, mighty race, now nothing but bloody goblets of meat in the gutters. So it has been for eons. The Guardians, those eternal parasites, still swarm in that necropolis, feeding on those that live in ignorance many miles above us. Damn you, listen to me! They feed on us! The darkness comes. It will consume us all. We must fight them, or all is lost. Oh, gibbering insanity, wrought in flesh as though an artist had sculpted it. Created from nothing by their mistress Xelothoth, a canvas as grotesque as any. Their bodies made no sense, no heads, no organs, an empty husk, devoid of the trappings of nature, but it walked, it sang, it shrieked. A mockery of reason, both natural and mental, a blasphemy from beyond the veil. The veil has opened, and we should not see beyond. We weren't meant to, never, ever meant to. Oh, give us the blessing of ignorance, the happiness of oblivion. Innocence can only be tainted, never returned. Deep in those ancient caverns, a great city was lost, long before we humans, long before. The proud city of Engar, decadent and trusting, and it was their downfall. When the darkness came, and the guardians slaughtered them, their existence was but a dying echo, shrieking from violated mouths, resounding within their homes, their tombs. If you stand alone in one of those halls, quietly, ever so quietly, you can hear the cries of the people of Engar, rent apart by the unseen claws of the guardians. Their echoes still linger, as do their souls.